Carly Goshen will send it over, and the Mustangs will keep it alive. Now the attack from the far side, and it's down for the kill. Olivia Dorenz. Chloe Hertz. Hertz pushes it in back there to Schmidt. Shot from the point. It's in! Off the stick of Taylor Lennertz, excuse me, and it's 3-0. Taylor Lennertz with the third goal for the Bismarck Blizzard on the shot from the point on the far side. And the Blizzard are running on all cylinders here in period number 41-37, 4:25 to go here as the Kindred Vikings will work it down low. Another slam dunk and one. How about that? A slam dunk by Gavin Keller, and he got fouled on the two-handed throwdown. Kennedy Kuntz will pop that one up left center field. It's going back, and we have our first grand slam of the All-Star Series in 3 years. Hanson under center, drops back, looks near side. I believe that's Formo, and he's got it. Fargo South touchdown.
Kaylee Jackson, three-pointer up, and no, that one won't go in. Tana Litt closed down the deep offensive board. She'll put up a three. That one's in, and we're tied.
Brooklyn won't be able to control it, and the ball will escape over to the far sideline. Fargo Davies have come up that far sideline, and a nice through ball there, and this could be an opportunity. Centering pass, one-on-one. Was she outside? She was not. It's 1-0 Fargo Davies. Bad pitch here, and the bases are loaded. Line drive right into center field, and that will score 1 run. And rounding thirds, Rorich, and he'll score. It's a 2-run RBI double for Casey Reber. Shot from the point, Bree Adams, lowering hard, and it's in! Off the stick to Sydney Kamstrup, and the Cougars are on the board! Press box here, the best we're able to. That one's going high left field, and running for it is Schwab, and she makes a diving catch! Wow, what a play by Cameron Schwab, the junior in left field, to end the inning.
Fantastic catch.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network.
All right, welcome Fargo South High School here as we get ready for the Fargo North, Fargo South Swim and Dive Meet live here from the pool at Fargo South High School. I want to say thanks to Activities Director Mike Beaton for allowing us to come out here, including the head coach for Fargo South, Skip, for giving us a little bit of what to expect, kind of heads up as well. And for all the people that we've met up here while we were setting up here for helping us out and getting us information. And this should go, I would suspect, a little bit smoothly here. It's going to be a 200-yard medley relay to start things off for event 1. There'll be two heats. First heat will feature 3 teams from Fargo North. The second heat will feature 5 teams, and that would be 2 from Fargo South and 3 from Fargo North in Heat 2. So with that said, we just got done with our national anthem. That's why we were a little bit, we went right into that commercial break there after our opening intro there. 6-lane pool here at Fargo South High School, excuse me, and we will have one more of these for sure. Possibly more, but we'll have one more. I believe it's on October 3rd when the Bruins will host the Moorhead Spuds. We'll be right back here for that swim and dive meet a little bit later here in the regular season. Then depending on the outcome of those two, we'll schedule more than likely here. Now on the first broadcast here, we created graphics and we forgot to create a graphic for relays. So that's something we're going to incorporate into a future broadcast. But we do have a graphic for all the individual swim races for the 6-lane races. So here's your PA announcer. So Heat 1 from Fargo North So it's Gimbal Piper, a sophomore in lane 1. I believe, anyway, if I'm reading the sheet right. Ali Toei, I believe is how you say it. I forgot to go over name pronunciations. Leading the way here in lane number 2, and now taking off for Fargo North is Ariana Claremont. And now in lane 3 here, that's Marin Schneider finishing up, and Grace Zahn, if I'm saying that correctly, taking off. Once again, it's the 200-yard medley relay here. Heat 1 of 2. Total time of the race so far, 2 minutes, 4 seconds. These should be swimmers number 4 coming up here in the relay for Fargo North, I do believe. So lane 3 finished with a time of 2:26.52. And lanes 2 and 4 still waiting to be completed here. Because lane 2 will finish with a time of, I believe it was right around 3 minutes. It didn't go up on the board yet here. And then the other lane will finish at 3:11. So lane 2 finishes 42.72 seconds behind lane 3. And lane 4 finishes 55.6 seconds behind lane 3. So lanes 1, 3, 4, 5, and 6 are being used right now in this second heat. Fargo South in lane 1, Fargo North in lane 2, Fargo South in lane 3, Fargo North in lane 4, and Fargo North in lane 6. Once again, lane 6 in the near corner of your camera here. You're just barely able to get them all in there. Fargo North in lane 3 in the lead right now. And they will take the victory in lane 3 there. Now at 2:01.41, the winning time in lane 1, or lane 2, excuse me. We'll get it right.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next event will be the 200-yard freestyle. There will be 2 heats in this event. Heat 1.
This is Abby Lind in lane 2, Leah Johnson in lane 3, and Willow Shutt in lane 4. All of Fargo North. Sophomore, junior, 7th grader in that order in the 2 lanes there.
Swimming all for Fargo North in lane 2, Abby Lind. In lane 3, Leah Johnson. And in lane 4, Willow Shutt.
Unofficial times on your screen there for lanes 2, 3, and 4. Once again, this is the 200-yard freestyle. And Heat 2. all right, so apparently we don't know how to reset those clocks on our screen there. So, but the names are correct. So what we'll do is we'll hide that. So event one, the 200-yard medley relay went to Fargo North with a time of 2:06.12. Those scores just came in as the official times. And as they continue to come in, we will continue to pass those along to you here. Once again, the names of the swimmers are in the appropriate lanes up on the top of your screen there, and we're going to work on the clock situation here in the near future. This is heat 2 of the 200-yard freestyle. Finished that with an approximate time of about 2:07. So that'd be Martin from Fargo South, who finished with an unofficial time of about 2:07, make it 2:05.95 according to the scoreboard here.
And in first place with a final time of 2:06.12 from Fargo North, the team of Addison Cerny, Izzy Miller, Ella Wallen, and Tegan Nordstrom. Ladies and gentlemen, our next event will be the 100-yard individual medley. There will be one heat to this event. Heat 1.
6 swimmers in this contest here for the women's 100-yard individual medley. Fargo North in lanes 1 and 2, Fargo South in lane 3, Fargo North in lane 4, 5, and 6. It's Gabby Samanigo, if I'm saying that correctly, and I know I'm not. Grace Zong, Allison Close, Belle Olek, Ariana Claremont, and Catherine Fair in the respective lanes 1 through 6. And they're off.
That's in lane 1 for Fargo North, Gabby Diego. In lane 2 for North, Chris Shaw. In lane 3 for South, Nelson Closey. In lane 4 for North, Belle Olek. In lane 5 for North, Ariana Claremont. And in lane 6 for North, Catherine Fair.
Yeah, I'll just let the PA announcer announce it. That way I get the names right there. It's do that all the time at all the other events, and I forgot to do that this time around, so lesson learned. So in that last 200-yard freestyle there, Olivia Geffro finished with a time of 2:05.95. Freshman from Fargo North. That one will give her 6 points and qualifier, a state qualifying time. 29:11, 31:62, 32.91, and 32.31. Were the lap times there for Geffro. Once again, that was in the 200-yard freestyle. State qualifying time for the freshman of 2:05.95. lane 3, I believe, took that one. We'll wait for the official results. Still trying to understand the scoreboard over there.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a moment here. The results from the 200-yard freestyle, finishing 5th from Fargo South, Laura Becker. In 4th place from Fargo North, Jessica Hewell. In 3rd place from Fargo North, Izzy Miller. In 2nd from Fargo South, Sierra Martin. And in 1st place for the final time of 2:05.95 from Fargo North, Olivia Jeffro.
So the ones you just heard in the background were for the 200-yard freestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, in the last heat disqualifications in lane 3, 5, and 6. Ladies and gentlemen, our next event will be the 200-yard individual medley. There'll be 2 heats in this event. Heat 1. Now swimming all from Fargo North in lane 2, Allie Toy. In lane 3, Valerie Blackson. And in lane 4, Ellie Carlton.
So once again, Fargo North swimmers in lanes 3, 4, and 5. Final times in the 100-yard individual medley. Fargo North's Grace Young with 123.93 takes the victory, followed by Ariana Claremont with 133.78. Catherine Fair with 138.50. All these from Fargo North. Bella Leck with 140.33. Gabby Samiego with 150.49, and then Allison Closey from Fargo South with a time of 2:04.01. What you're watching now is the 200-yard individual medley. Coming up in our post-meet show, we'll go over all the results for all the events in case you missed any of them. Once again, in lane 2 is Allie Toei. In lane 3 is Mallory Pladson. And in lane 3 is Ellie Charlton. 7th grader, sophomore, all from Fargo North. So that was heat 1 of 2 for the women's 200-yard individual medley. We'll await the official results here. That'll come up momentarily. And then we'll pass those along to you. In heat 2, we got lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, I believe.
Heat 2.
Blue lanes 1 through 5 instead of 2 through 6. Addison Hams, junior from Fargo North in lane 1. Katie Iverson, a sophomore from Fargo South in lane 2. Addison Cerny, a 7th grader from Fargo North in lane 3. Oceana Pomus, a freshman from Fargo South in lane 4. And then Ella Whalen, a senior from Fargo North in lane 5. Once again, heat 2 of the 200-yard individual medley. So I believe lane 3.
Finishing second from Fargo North, Bell Oleg. And in first place with a time of 1:23.93 from Fargo North, Grace John.
Won the second heat, and then you just heard the announcements for the overall times from heats 1 and 2.
There will be 3 heats of this event. Heat 1.
So now the 50-yard freestyle, heat 1 of 3. Lanes 1, 3, 4, and 5 are where the swimmers will be in. Here's your swimmers.
In lane 3, Ashley G. Williams. In lane 4, Elliot Greenberg. In lane 6, Madeline Haas.
In the 200-yard individual medley, Katie Iverson from Fargo South, the sophomore, with a state qualifying time of 2:18.71. And Addison Kearney of Fargo North with a state qualifying time of 2:24.9. Those two take first and second. So this is heat 2 of 3. In lane 1, Ava Owens, 8th grader from Fargo South. Grace Bosch, a freshman from Fargo North in lane 2. Jaden Nystrom, a junior from Fargo South in lane 3. Piper Gimbel, a sophomore from Fargo North in lane 4. Shelby Vines, a junior from Fargo South in lane 5. And Katie Buckingham, a sophomore from Fargo North in lane 6. Now heat 3 coming up here. Lanes 1 through 6 once again. Lane 1 on the near corner of your camera here. Lane 6 over on the far side of the pool. Sarah Wall, a junior from Fargo South in lane 1. Tegan Nordstrom, a senior from Fargo North in lane 2. Micaiah Owens, a senior from Fargo South in lane 3. A senior from Fargo North, Hadley Menier in lane 4. A sophomore from Fargo South, Darby Human in lane 5. And a sophomore from Fargo North, Kenzie Anderson in lane 6 here for heat number 3 of the 50-yard freestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have a moment. Here are the results of the 200-yard individual medley. In 5th place from Fargo South, Oceana Caboose. In 4th place from Fargo North, Allie Toy. In 3rd place from Fargo North, Ella Wallen. Finishing 2nd from Fargo North, Acid Surdy. And in 1st place for the final time of 2:18.71 from Fargo South, Katie Iverson.
So coming up after this heat here, we'll have a short break as they get set for the diving events. We'll take a short break and then come back and tell you more about those diving events here. But right now, it's heat 3 of the 50-yard freestyle.
At this time, would we please have the pool prepared for diving?
All right, there you go. So we'll get the official results here for Heat 3, and we'll take a short timeout, be about 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be right back here with the diving events here from Fargo South High School on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel at Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
Fishing fourth from Fargo South, Sarah Wall. Fishing third from Fargo North, Tegan Nordstrom. In second place from Fargo South, Darby Hubert. And in first place with a final time of 26:54 from Fargo North, Hadley Pioneer. Team scores after the 50-yard freestyle, Fargo South 21, Fargo North 41.
All right, so the divers are warming up right now, taking some practice dives. The results of the first 5 events are on our Twitter page, @ND Sports CH1. We'll let the divers continue to warm up here. We'll take another timeout. Be right back after this on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota softballs. All right, we are back here as we're going to get the diving event started here in about 60 to 90 seconds or so. All these are 1-meter dives in the state of high school. Before we get more into the dives here, to refresh, right now Fargo North leads Fargo South 41-21 after event 5, heat number 3. And in the 200-yard medley relay, it was Fargo North High School taking the win in that first race at the time of 2:06.12. In the event number 2, which was the 200-yard freestyle, Olivia Geffro with a state qualifying time, the freshman from Fargo North, finishing with a time of 2:05.95. In the 100-yard individual relay, it was Grace Zhang with a time of 1:23.93. The 8th grader from Fargo North winning the 100-yard individual medley. Let's see here. In the 200-yard individual medley from Fargo South, it was Katie Iverson with a state qualifying time of 2:18.71. She would win the race, and then she would be followed by Fargo North's Addison Kearney with a state qualifying time of 2:24.90. In the 5th event, the women's 50-yard freestyle, 2 state qualifying times to bring to your attention. Hadley Minier of Fargo North, a senior, with a time of 26.54, and Darby Human, if I'm saying that right, a sophomore from Fargo South, with a state qualifying time of 27.66. So those are your winners and state qualifiers through the first 5 events, and now we're set for diving. Round 1 divers will feature 4 divers from Fargo South and 3 divers from Fargo North in round 1.
On South, 201C, back dive, tuck, 1.5.
So this is Jackie McGon. Should be doing a back dive tuck here. Fargo South High School. That was Jackie McGon, and that was a 1650 the score on the back dive tuck there.
1.5.
Anna Guttermison from Fargo South. She'll set up for the same dive, a back dive tuck. Degree of difficulty on this dive is 1.5. So they're making an adjustment on the scoreboard here. And then as soon as that adjustment is complete, we will continue here.
Once again, Fargo South, 201C, back dive tuck, 1.5.
Anna Guttermison will score 21.75.
Meyer North, 201C, back dive tuck, 1.5.
Harper Meyer from Fargo North will be our next diver. She'll be doing the same dive. And Harper Meyer will score 23.25.
Ruby South, 201B, back dive pike, 1.6.
So this is Mackenzie Road, back dive pike, degree of difficulty 1.6. $27.2.
Swanson North, 201C, back dive tuck, 1.5.
Kaylee Swanson from Fargo North, back to a back dive tuck. Once again, degree of difficulty 1.5. $23.25.
Darling South, 201C, back dive tuck, 1.5.
Kieran Darling from Fargo South, back dive tuck. $24 even.
Clunt North, 201C, back dive tuck, 1.5.
Jennifer Clunt from Fargo North is the diver. And that back dive tuck will score her 25.50.
Leading our second round of diving, Vaughn South, 202C, back one somersault tuck, 1.5.
So that completes round one. Or wait, no. Yes, it does. Round two now. Jackie Malgan from Fargo South. Backwards somersault tuck. She will score 19.50 on that dive there. Degree of difficulty was 1.5. Anna Guttermerson from Fargo South. Degree of difficulty on this dive is 2.2. It's an inward 1.5 somersault tuck. Once again, an inward 1.5 somersault tuck, and that dive will score her a grand total of, still waiting for it here, 19.80.
Judges award 1980. Meyer North 202C, back 1 somersault tuck, 1.5.
Harper Meyer, degree of difficulty 1.5, a backwards single somersault tuck. Once again, it's Harper Meyer from Fargo North with a backwards somersault tuck, degree of difficulty 1.5, and she would score 21 even. Mackenzie Rohde of Fargo South is our next diver. Degree of difficulty on this dive here is a 2.3. It's a backwards 1.5 somersault pike. Once again, Kenzie Rowe, 39-10. Here's Kelly Swanson from Fargo North. Backward somersault tuck. Degree of difficulty is 1.5.
Judges award 21 double low.
21 even.
403C, inward 1.5 somersault.
Kieran Darling from Fargo South. Inward 1.5 somersault tuck. The degree of difficulty is 2.2. Once again, an inward 1.5 somersault tuck. Pause will come in. 33 double O on that one. Now Jennifer Clunt from Fargo North will be the next diver. 2.0 degree of difficulty here on a backward 1.5 somersault tuck. And this will complete round 2. Jennifer Clunt from Fargo North with the final dive of round 2. 26 double O on that dive there for Clunt from Fargo North. And now we'll move into round number 3. Jackie Malgan from Fargo South. Degree of difficulty 1.4. It's an inward dive tuck. Nice dive there. And she will score a total of 17.50. Anna Guttormson from Fargo South. Degree of difficulty on this dive is a 1.7. It'll be a forward 1.5 somersault pike. And the Bruin will score 28.90. Harper Meyer from Fargo North will be the next diver. Degree of difficulty on this one is 2.3. It's a backwards single somersault, 1.5 twist free. .23 on that dive there by the Bruin Gutterson. Or check that. It was Harper Meyer, the diver, excuse me. Now Mackenzie Road from Fargo South. Degree of difficulty 2.2 and inward 1.5 somersault tuck. Kenzie Rhodes scores a 40.70 on that dive. Now Callie Swanson from Fargo North. 1.2 degree of difficulty on a forward dive tuck here for Callie Swanson. Swanson, the Fargo North Spartan there on that dive, will score an even 18. Kieran Darling, Fargo South Bruins, degree of difficulty 1.7. It's a forward 1.5 somersault pike. And Darling will score 28.90 on that dive there. And your final diver of round 3 will be Jennifer Klunt, degree of difficulty 2.3. She's from Fargo North High School. She'll be doing a backward 1 somersault, 1.5 twist free. And that wraps up round 3 of the diving. The Fargo North Spartan Klunt scored total 41.40. Now round 4. Jackie Moon, Fargo South, degree of difficulty 1.2, a forward dive tuck. Gatornson from Fargo South, degree of difficulty 2.2. It's a forward 2 somersault tuck. And she'll score a total of 33 even on that one. Harper Meyer from Fargo North will be the next diver. Degree of difficulty is 2.2, a forward double somersault tuck. Meyer will score a total of still waiting on it. 23.10 on there. Mackenzie Rohde from Fargo South, 2.2 degree of difficulty on a forward double somersault tuck. 37-40 from Brody, that one. Kaylee Swanson from Fargo North. Degree of difficulty 1.6, a forward 1.5 somersault tuck. Swanson on that forward 1.5 somersault tuck will score a grand total of 22-40 there for the Spartans. Now, Kieran Darling from Fargo South Bruins, degree of difficulty 2.2 on this forward 2 somersault tuck. $37.40. Jennifer Klunt from Fargo North will do a 2.2 degree difficulty forward double somersault tuck to wrap up round 4. Now we'll wrap up round 4. And Klunt will score a total of 34-10. So we'll have 7 divers in round 5, starting with Mao from Fargo South, 1.6 forward, 1.5 somersault tuck. And she will score on the first round of round 5, in 18-40. Anna Guttormson, Fargo South Bruins. Degree of difficulty 1.9 on a forward single somersault, 1 twist free. Guttormson will score 27.55. Harper Meyer for Fargo North High will be doing a reverse dive tuck, degree of difficulty 1.6. Third of 7 divers here in round 5. $26.40 there for Meyer. Mackenzie Rohde for Fargo South. Degree difficulty 2.2 on a forward 1.5 somersault single twist free. Rohde will come up, get the applause. 38.50. Giving the Bruins total of 182.9 points right now. Callie Swanson for Fargo North. Degree difficulty 1.6 forward, 1.5 single somersault tuck. $23.20. Kieran Darling for the Bruins. Degree of difficulty 2.2, a forward double somersault tuck. And the Bruin Darling will score 29.45 on that dive there. And now the final diver of round 5 here, Jennifer Klunt. Excuse me, I was looking at the wrong one. That last dive by Darling was a forward single somersault twist free, and now a reverse dive tuck here for Jennifer Klunt from Fargo North. Degree difficulty is 1.6. Klunt will score 28.80 on that dive, and that will complete round 5. Round 6, Jackie Moan from Fargo South. Degree of difficulty 1.7. She's going to be doing a forward single somersault, half twist free. Moan will score 17.85. Gatormson, degree of difficulty 1.6, reverse single somersault tuck. Diver for Fargo South. $25.60 on the dive there by Gatormson. Harper Meyer for Fargo North, a 1.4 degree difficulty on an inward dive tuck. And the Spartan Meyer will dive into a grand total score of 26.60 on that inward dive tuck. Mackenzie Rohde for Fargo South. Degree difficulty 2.1 on a reverse 1.5 somersault tuck. She steps up onto the board. And the Bruin Rohde will dive into a score of 34.65. Swanson for Fargo North, degree of difficulty 1.4 on an inward dive tuck. Diver 5 of 7 in round 6, final round here of the diving. She will get 22.40 on that one. Kieran Darling from Fargo South, 1.6 degree of difficulty on reverse single somersault tuck. $24 even on that dive there by Darling. And now your final diver, Jennifer Klunt of Fargo North Spartans. Degree difficulty 2.2 on an inward 1.5 somersault tuck. $40.70 for the dive there by Klunt to wrap up the diving.
All swimmers, once the pool is prepared, the pool will be open for a 10-minute warm-up. Again, all swimmers, once the pool is prepared, the pool will be open for a 10-minute warm-up.
So we'll take another break here. We'll come back with your diving results in a little bit, and the swimmers will warm up, and we'll get back to the swimming events here coming up next on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel at Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. Get set for life.
All right, welcome back here. The swimmers are warming up here. They will have approximately, let's see here, for about 7 more minutes of warm-ups before we'll get back to the meets. In the meantime, let's go over the diving results that you just witnessed here. Coming in 7th place was Jackie Maug from Fargo South with a cumulative score of 105.35. Coming in at number 6 was Carly Swanson from Fargo North with a cumulative score of 130.25. Coming in 5th was Harper Meyer from Fargo North with a cumulative score of 152.55. Coming in 4th from Fargo South was Anna Guttormson with a cumulative score of 156.60. Coming in 3rd was Kieran Darling from Fargo South with a cumulative score of 176.75. Coming in 2nd was Jennifer Klunt from Fargo North with a cumulative score of 196.50. And then winning the dive competition today for Fargo South, the Bruin Mackenzie Rohde with a cumulative score of 217.55. Rohde taking the dive competition here for Fargo South at today's meet. Once again, the swimmers are warming up here as we get set for event number 7. Coming up next will be the event number 7, the women's 50-yard butterfly. And in heat 1 of 1, there'll be just one heat. It'll be Piper Gimbo, Sophia Goen, both from Fargo North, and Abigail Charbonneau from Fargo South. Elena Springer from Fargo North, Molly Hoffman from Fargo North, and Kayla Walker from Fargo North in lanes 1 through 6. Once again, lane 1 in the near corner of your camera, lane 6 on the far side of the pool as you see it on your camera there. We'll take another timeout. We're about exactly 5 minutes away, so we'll take a 4 to 5 minute timeout and be back after this on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level in my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. Nationals.
All right, welcome back. We are getting ready now for the 50-yard butterfly in lanes 1 through 6. All 6 lanes will feature swimmers. I believe, anyway.
Finishing second from Fargo North, Jennifer Clunt. And in first place with a final score of 2:17.55 from Fargo South, Mackenzie Rody. All swimmers at this time, the pool is now closed. All swimmers at this time, the pool is now closed.
All right, once again, so coming up here is the 50-yard butterfly, heat 1 of 1 in lane 1, just out of the camera here, or just barely in camera, I should say, is Piper Gimbel, a sophomore from Fargo North. You got the sophomore Sophia Goen in lane 2 from a sophomore as well. And then in lane 3 is Abigail Charbonneau, a 8th grader from Fargo South. In lane 4 is the senior from Fargo North, Elena Springer. In lane 5 will be Molly Hoffman, an 8th grader from Fargo North. And lane 6 will be Kayla Walker, a 7th grader from Fargo North. Once again, 50-yard butterfly starting now. Fargo South in lane 3, Fargo North in all the other lanes. Looks like Elena Springer will be the first one to turn around and come back here for Fargo North, the senior. And Springer will win that one with a time of, I believe, 34:70 unofficially. And there's your scores. Event 8 here is the women's 100-yard butterfly. Haley Schmidt in lane 1 for Fargo South. Ella Whalen in lane 2 for Fargo North. Sydney Quibell for Fargo South in lane 3. Olivia Geffro in lane 4 for Fargo North. Jaden Nystrom in lane 5 for Fargo South. And Elena Terrell in lane 6 for Fargo North. Once again, lane 1 on the near side of the screen, lane 6 on the far side of the screen.
Take your mark. Relax, please. Take your mark.
That's lane 1 from Fargo South, Haley Schmidt.
Looks like Olivia Geffro is the first one to turn here for Fargo North. In lane 4 there. And Geffro will touch the ball first and head back for part 2 of the race here. Once again, the pool is 25 yards long, so 100 yards would be 2 times down and back. Geffro will touch up over on the far side there and come back, and she'll more than likely take this one here. Looks like Sydney Quibell, the junior from Fargo South, in lane 4 here, or lane 3, excuse me, will take second. And then coming in third will be, I believe that's Ella Whalen, senior from Fargo North.
Gentlemen, here are the results from the 50-yard butterfly. Finishing third from Fargo North, Sophia Cohen. Finishing second from Fargo South, Abigail Sharbondo. And in first place from Fargo North, the latest.
All right, so event 9, heat 1 of 2 will be the 100-yard freestyle. In heat 1, it'll be Taryn Winkler from Fargo North, Sophia Goen from Fargo North, Shelby Vines from Fargo South, Abby Lynn from Fargo North, Ashlyn Jean Williams from Fargo South, and Elena Vane from Fargo North in heat 1.
Heat 1.
Vane in lane 6, Winkler in lane 1 here.
Take your mark.
Once again, lane 1 from Fargo North, Taryn Winkler. Lane 2 for North, Sophia Cohen. Lane 3 for South, Shelby Vines. Lane 4 for North,
Abby Lynn and, check that. Sophia Goen and Shelby Vines currently in the lead here. And now Taryn Winkler coming in on lane 1 here as well. It could be close between 1 and 4 for the lead. Looks like lane 4 got it just by a little bit. In lane 4 once again for Fargo North is Abby Lind. Once again, lane 1 and 4, those are the ones we're keeping our eyes on here. Could be close. We'll see who has the energy at the end here. Also sneaking up on the pack there on the far side in lane 6. And it'll be 4, 6, and 1, 1, 2, and 3. So Abby Lind finishes first. Elena Vane finishes second, and Taryn Winkler finishes third in the 100-yard freestyle here.
Heat 2.
Heat 2 feature in lane 1, Nora Becker from Fargo South, Izzy Miller from Fargo North in lane 2, Sierra Martin in lane 3 from Fargo South, Hadley Manier in lane 4 from Fargo North, Darby Human from Fargo South in lane 5, and Katie Buckingham in lane 6 on the far side of your screen there for Fargo North.
Lane 1 for Fargo South, Nora Becker. Lane 2 for North, Izzy Miller. Lane 3 for South, Sierra Martin. Lane 4 for North, Hadley Manier. Lane 5 for South, Darby Human.
Lanes 2 through 4, 2 through 5, I should say, getting the lead here on the rest of the pack. Could be close in the middle of the pool here, especially in lanes 3 and 4. Looks like lane 4 is in the lead at the moment, and that is Hadley Manier from Fargo North. But Darby Human from Fargo South putting the pressure on there in lane 5 as well. And Hadley Manier from Fargo North will win that one. I believe lane 5 came in second, but I'll have to double check there. I couldn't quite see lane 3 there with the diving board in the way. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, here are the results from the 100-yard butterfly. In 5th place from Fargo South, Jaden Nystrom. Finishing 4th from Fargo North, Elena Terrell. In 3rd place from North, Ella Wallen. Finishing 2nd from Fargo South, Sydney Kubel. And in 1st place for the final time of 106.02 from Fargo North, Olivia Geffro.
that was heat 2 of the 100-yard freestyle. Now event 10 is the 500-yard freestyle.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we have a moment here, also the results from the 100-yard
Featuring Fargo North in heat 1 of 2 will be Jessica Hual, Tori Trenda, and Anna French. Junior, senior, freshman in that order. In lanes 2, 3, and 4.
Finishing 3rd from Fargo South, Darby Human. In 2nd place from Fargo South, Sierra Martin. And in 1st place for the final time of 59.42 from Fargo North, Hadley Manier.
So on the 500-yard freestyle, that is a total of 10 round trips back and forth. Heat 1 of 2 will feature 3 Fargo North Spartans. In lane 2 here on the near side will be Jessica Hual. Tori Trenda will be in lane 3, and then on the far side of the screen will be Anna French in lane 4. Go over the events of the first 3 here during this race. So once again, Hual in lane 1, Trend in lane, Hual in lane 2, Trend in lane 3, and French in lane 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next event is event 10, the 500-yard freestyle. There will be 2 heats of this event. Heat 1.
Take your mark.
Now swimming, all for Fargo North. In lane 2, Jessica Huel. In lane 3, Tori Trenda. And in lane 4, Anna French.
In event 7 for the 50-yard butterfly, Elena Springer with a time of 34.70 comes in first. In event 8 in the 100-yard butterfly, it was Olivia Geffro with a state qualifying time of 106.02, the freshman for Fargo North. And in event 9, we had 3 state qualifiers, including Hadley Manier from Fargo North, a senior, with a state qualifying time of 59.42 in the 100-yard freestyle. Sierra Martin from Fargo South, a freshman, with a state qualifying time of 1 minute point 1 minute point 38. And then Darby Human, a sophomore from Fargo South, with a state qualifying time of 1 minute point 63. Izzy Miller just slightly behind in 4th place there, the 8th grader from Fargo North, with a time of 1 minute point 85. And then Katie Buckingham at number 5 with a time of 1 minute 1 minute 3.83. So that's your winners and state qualifiers for events 7, 8, and 9. And right now we're in the heat 1 of the 500 freestyle. In lane 2 here on the near side of your screen, and we apologize, we didn't have the camera set up in the position it should have been there. In lane 2, and pretty close there between lane 2 and lane 3 between Hillwell and Trenda, and then in lane 4 is Anna French. Jessica Hillwell, a junior from Fargo North, and Tori Trenda, a senior from Fargo North. Looks like Trenda has a slight lead now in this one. Once again, those numbers at the end of the pool there, you see number 7. I believe that goes up to 20. Yep, so once it's 20, that'll be the final lap, and then you'll want to pay attention to who's in the lead at that point. So once again, Trenda with a slight lead over Jessica Hillwell here. 3 Spartans in the 500-meter freestyle. 500-yard freestyle, check that. Heat 2 will feature 3 Spartans and 2 Bruins. We'll get to that here momentarily here, as they're about halfway done with the about 250 of the 500 yards are complete now, or getting close to complete. Trenda once again in the lead. Hillwell closely behind. Trenda increasing her lead over Hillwell. And we'll see here as, once again, they get up to 20 here. When that shows 20, that'll be the final lap. And we'll see if Hillwell can pick up the pace here, or she'll let Trenda take the win. So Trenda increases her lead, you could almost say comfortably at the moment, over her Spartan teammate Jessica Hillwell, senior for Trenda in lane 3 there. Hillwell, a junior in lane 2. Once again, lane 2 is on the near side of the screen. Lane 3 on the middle and lane 4 on the far side there. The freshman from the Fargo North Spartans, Anna French. So Hillwell approximately 7 seconds behind Tori Trenda. And Trenda still holding on to that approximate 7-second lead there over her teammate Jessica Huel. Tori Trenda will win it. Time of approximately 6:35. Huel comes in at a time of approximately 6:39. And French coming in on lane 4 there. We'll finish with a time of approximately 6:55. So we'll get the official times momentarily here. 6:32, 6:37, and 6:54 are the unofficial times there for Trenda, Huel, and French for the Fargo North Spartans. Now heat 2. Near side lane 2. There's no lane 1 in this one. Colette Smith from Fargo North. Sydney Quivell in lane 3 from Fargo South. Tegan Nordstrom from Fargo North in lane 4. Sarah Wall from Fargo South in lane 5. And Addison Hames, excuse me, a junior from Fargo North in lane 6.
Heat 2.
So nobody in lane 1 for here, just 2 through 6 in heat 2 of the 500 freestyle.
To be lane 2 for Fargo North, Colette Smith. In lane 3 for South, Sydney Quivell. Lane 4 for North, Tegan Nordstrom. Lane 5 for South, Sarah Wall. And in lane 6 for North, Addison Hames.
So Sydney Quibble, the junior from Fargo South, appearing to be in the lead here at the moment. And she will spin around, and she will definitely take a little bit bigger lead here. Trailing right behind her in lane 4 is Tegan Nordstrom, the senior from Fargo North. So once again, Quibell and Nordstrom, your 2 leaders at the moment here. And Quibell increasing her lead a little bit here over Nordstrom. So right now, Quibell has approximately a 4-second lead over Nordstrom in lane 3 there. Nordstrom in lane 4. And she's increased that lead by about a second. She now has about a 5-second lead there on Nordstrom. Quibell does. Once again, still stuck at about a 5-second lead there for Quibell over Tegan Nordstrom. Quibell is a sophomore for the Bruins, and Nordstrom a senior for the Spartans. So about halfway done here is Sydney Quibell, the junior for Fargo South. Once Quibell gets to the other end of the pool, she'll officially be halfway done with the race here and leading the way at the moment. But still right behind her is Tegan Nordstrom. And that lead's actually been trimmed by about a half a second. It's about a 4.5-second lead. A moment ago, Quibell had about a 5-second lead. Count it down here. Nordstrom is catching up here, about a 4-second lead now. So she's shaving about a half a second on each lap here as we've officially reached the halfway point in this contest. Cobell will turn. And she's retaken that 5-second lead. Once again, still at about a 5-second lead here for Cobell. Once again, your swimmers are in lane 2, near side here. Colette Smith, Sydney Quibble in lane 3, Tegan Nordstrom in lane 4, Sarah Wall in lane 5, and Addison Hames in lane 6 from Fargo North. That's the matchup we're watching right there. Cobell and Nordstrom as Cobell turns. About 4.5-second lead now for Cobell. And I think Nordstrom's just running out of energy here as Cobell's lead is now up to about 6 seconds. It appears that Nordstrom's putting on a little bit of a rush here, as the lead's back down to about 5. So Sydney Cobell will win this one here, barring a sudden rush from Nordstrom, who's trailing right behind her in lane 4, excuse me. And Cobell will win it in lane 3, and coming in second, that's about just shy of 6 minutes at about 5:59, and Cobell comes in at about 6:03 unofficially. So we'll wait to get the official times here in a little bit. Sydney Cobell comes in first with a time of 5:58.13. Tegan Nordstrom comes in second with a time of 6:01.53. And then in lane 5, it was Sarah Wall from Fargo South with a time of 6:15.92. And just right behind her at 6:16.30 in lane 2 was Colette Smith for Fargo North.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next event will be the 200-yard freestyle relay. There will be 2 heats of this event. Heat 1.
So coming up next here is the 200-yard freestyle relay. Heat 1 of 2. Fargo North in lane 2, Fargo South in lane 3, Fargo North in lane 4, and Fargo North in lane 5.
Walker and Wilson in lane 3, Fargo South team Williams, Haas, Kelsey and Schmitz. In lane 4, Fargo North team Bowen, Springer, John and Shoot. And in lane 5, Fargo North captain team Hoffman, Tosh, Miller, and Grant.
Sydney Cobell will qualify for state on that 500-yard freestyle with a time of 5:58.13. So lane 4, Fargo North in the lead at the moment. I believe the swimmer is Grace Zhang, swimmer 3 in the relay. She is an 8th grader. And now up in lane 4, they're cruising, is Willow Shutt, a 7th grader for Fargo North. And Fargo North will win it in lane 4, followed closely by lane 3 from Fargo South. Haley Schmidt, the 8th grader, finishing the relay for Fargo South in lane number 2, or lane 4, excuse me. So Fargo North, the team of Ashley Jean Williams, Madeline Haas, Allison Closey, and Haley Schmidt will take first with a time of 2:16.12. Fargo North's team of Sophia Goen, Elena Springer, Grace Zhang, and Willow Shutt will take second with a time of 2:16.32. And in lane 2, Fargo North taking third with 2:41.57, and then Fargo North takes the final one of 2:56.76.
Ladies and gentlemen, while we have them, we'll review the results from the 500-yard freestyle. Finishing 5th from Fargo North, Jessica Hewell. Finishing 4th from Fargo North,
so
Smith.
Heat 2 of the 200-yard freestyle
Fargo South, Sarah Wall.
will feature Fargo South in lane 1, Fargo North in lane 2, Fargo South in lane 3, Fargo North in lane 4, Fargo South in lane 5, and Fargo North in lane 6.
Sydney Hubel. Heat 2.
Take your norm.
And once again, this is Heat 2 of the 200-yard freestyle relay. Lane 3 and 4 here, tight on the first lap of the relay. Looks like Fargo North will get the lead at the moment here in lane 4. Olivia Geffro, the freshman, in lane 4 right now for Fargo North, leading the way for the Spartans. Followed closely by Sierra Martin in lane 3 here for the Bruins. So once again, Fargo North in lane 4, Fargo South in lane 3 have the 1 and 2 spots at the moment here in the relay of heat number 2. That's Katie Buckingham in the lane 4 there for Fargo North. And she'll finish first with we'll get the times here in a moment. And then lane 3, Katie Iverson comes in for the Bruins at second. We'll get the official results here in a moment. Lane 4, Fargo North, first place at 148.66. Second place was lane 3 at 149.90. Third place was lane 1 at 152.99. Fourth place was lane 2 at 159.89. I wonder if they got third and fourth place flip-flop there, boss. Oh, no, they don't. No, they don't. And then lane 5 would be 2 minutes 44.
Disqualification, lane 5.
Lane 5 is DQ'd. That'd be the team from Fargo South who got disqualified in lane 5.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next event will be at 12, the 50-yard backstroke. There will be 2 heats in this event. Heat 1.
It's not the 50-yard backstroke. Heat 1 of 2 will feature all Fargo North Spartans. Amanda Grant in lane 2, Kenzie Anderson in lane 3, Hannah Miller in lane 4. So Grant, Anderson, and Miller from bottom middle to far side of the screen in lanes 2, 3, and 4 for the Spartans. And they're off. Kenzie Anderson, the sophomore, with the lead at the moment here for Fargo North. And she'll be the first one to turn around, and she'll remain in the lead here. Kenzie Anderson. And then Amanda Grant, the senior, in lane 2 here, in second at the moment, with Miller in third over in lane 4. We just got the official results of the 200-yard freestyle. We'll go over those in a little bit here. And it'll be Anderson, Miller, followed by, Anderson, Grant, followed by Miller, with times of 40.84 seconds, 46.44, and 55.61. In the 200-yard freestyle, the team from Fargo North, including Hadley Menier, Olivia Geffro, Addison Kearney, and Katie Buckingham, will finish with a time of 148.66 and get 8 points. Fargo South coming in second, the team of Darby Human, Sierra Martin, Cindy Quibell, and Katie Iverson with 4 points with a time of 149.9. And coming in third with 2 points, the Fargo North team of Elena Vane, Addison Hames, Colette Smith, and Jessica Hool with a time of 159.89. Your top 3 in the 200-yard freestyle relay. So here's heat 2. In lane 2, near side, Natalie Olson, then Abby Gatormson in lane 3. Maren Schneider in lane 4, and Audrey Komrosky in lane 5. Schneider and Komrosky, 7th graders for Fargo North and Fargo South, respectively. 7th and 8th graders in lane 1 and 2 for North and South, respectively.
Natalie Olson in lane 3 for South. Abby Thompson in lane 4 for North. Maren Schneider.
Lane 3 there is Abby Gatormson, the 8th grader for the Bruins, in the lead right now. And she'll take the win.
And gentlemen, here are the results on the 200-yard freestyle relay. Finishing third, Fargo North B. In second place, Fargo South A. And in first place in the final time of 1:48.66 from Fargo North. The team of Hadley Lanier, Olivia Gepro, Addison Surrey, and Katie Buckingham.
All right, so we'll get the official results on the 50-yard backstroke from heats 1 and 2 here momentarily. Next up is event 13. It's the 100-yard backstroke. There'll be 2 heats, lanes 2 through 6 in heat 1, and all 6 lanes in heat 2. Once again, lane 2, near side of the camera, lane 6, far side of the camera. Mallory Platson, a sophomore for Fargo North, is in lane 2. Haley Schmidt, a 8th grader for Fargo South, is in lane 3. Ali Toei, a 7th grader for Fargo North, is in lane 4. Allison Closey, a freshman for Fargo South, in lane 5. And Elena Springer, a senior for Fargo North, in lane 6. Lanes 4 and 6 right now are their top 2 swimmers. Elena Springer will take the lead here for Fargo North, with Ali Toei in lane 4, closely behind. And lane 6 will take it. That is Elena Springer, the senior from Fargo North. Coming in second in lane 4 is Ali Toei with a time of 1:18.57. Coming in third with a time of 1:24 even in lane 2 was Mallory Platson. So here's heat 2. Once again, lane 1, right at the bottom of your screen there. From Fargo North is Ava Owen, or from Fargo South, excuse me, Ava Owens, an 8th grader. In lane 2, Leah Johnson, a junior from Fargo North. In lane 3, Katie Iverson, a sophomore from Fargo South. In lane 4, Addison Kearney, a 7th grader from Fargo North. In lane 5, Madeline Haas, a freshman from Fargo South. And in lane 6, Elena Terrell, an 8th grader from Fargo North. Katie Iverson in lane 3, the sophomore for Fargo South, currently in the lead here. She's followed right behind in lane number 4 by Addison Kearney, the 7th grader from Fargo North. So Iverson will take it. Kearney will come in second. They'll be close here for third. Lane 2 will take third. Lane too close to call there in lanes 5 and 6, and then lane 1 will come in last. So Iverson coming in with a time of 1:04.52. Kearney with a time of 1:07.26. We'll get the official times here in a little bit. Your official times have just come in for the 50-yard backstroke from event 12. Kenzie Anderson from Fargo North, the sophomore, with a time of 40.84. And Abby Gatormson, the 8th grader from Fargo South, with a time of 42.56. Natalie Olson, the 7th grader from Fargo North, with a time of 49.10. And Marin Schneider from Fargo North, the 7th grader, for a time of 56.08 in the 50-yard backstroke. And your official times here for the 100-yard backstroke, 2 state qualifiers. That includes Katie Iverson from Fargo South, 104.52, and Addison Kearney, 7th grader from Fargo North, with 107.26.
Also in lane 1 for Fargo North, Molly Hoffman. In lane 2 for North, Grace Mansell. Lane 3 for South, Malia Greenberg.
So it's the 50-yard breaststroke.
And lane 6 for North, Grace Fox.
In lane 1, top near corner of your screen here, Molly Hoffman, the 8th grader from Fargo North. In lane 2, Grace Mansauer, an 8th grader from Fargo North. Elia Greenberg, an 8th grader from Fargo South, in lane 3. Jocelyn Franzen, freshman from Fargo North, in lane 4. Bella Leck, a senior from Fargo North, in lane 5. And in lane 6 there, towards the top of your screen on the right side, is Grace Bosch, a freshman from Fargo North. So Bella Leck from Fargo North will take first with a time of 45.72. Coming in second in lane 3 is Aaliyah Greenberg with a time of 47.43. Coming in third in lane 1 is Molly Hoffman, the 8th grader, with a time of 59.84. And coming in fourth with a time of 1 minute, .99 in lane 2 is Grace Mansauer. I believe lanes 1 and 6 are just disqualified. So we'll get the official finishing times here in just a moment. So now the 100-yard breaststroke. 3 Spartans in heat 1. Taryn Winkler in lane 2, near side of your screen. Middle of your screen is Anna French and Grace Zhang in lane 4. Freshman, 8th grader in lanes 2, 3, and 4, respectively, for the Fargo North Spartans here.
Also in lane 2 for Fargo North, Tanner Winkler. In lane 3 for North, Anna French. In lane 4 for North, Grace John.
Just got the official times for the 50-yard breaststroke. We'll pass those along to you here momentarily. Once again, this is heat 1 of the 100-yard breaststroke. In the lead right now in lane 3 is Anna French, the freshman from Fargo North. Right behind her, Taryn Winkler in lane 2. And then Grace Zhang on the far side in lane 4 and 3rd right now. And Anna French will finish first here in the 100, or check that. Yeah, in the first, and the heat 1 of 2 of the 100-yard breaststroke. It's Anna French finishing with a time of 1:27.08. In lane 4, finishing second, Grace Zhang with a time of 1:32.29. And in lane 2, finishing third, Taryn Winkler with a time of 1:32.99. So now heat 2, lanes 1 through 6. I think this roster is not correct. Oh wait, no, it is correct. I was looking at it backwards here. So once again, in lane 1, near side of your screen here, is the 8th grader from Fargo South, Abigail Charbonneau. The sophomore from Fargo North, Colette Smith, in lane 2. The senior from Fargo South, Micaiah Owens, in lane 3. Freshman from Fargo North, Elena Vane, in lane 4. The freshman from Fargo South, Oceana Comus, I believe, is in lane 5. And then Tori Trenda, the senior from Fargo North, in lane 6. 100-yard breaststroke here. Heat 2 of 2. And right now it's close here in lanes 3 and 4. Micaiah Owens from Fargo South and Elena Vane from Fargo North, a senior versus a freshman, and they are neck and neck as they near the end of this one. It's going to be close. I believe the freshman squeaked out the senior. Finishing first in lane 4, the freshman Elena Vane from Fargo North with a time of 1:19.67. That is 0.05 of a second quicker than the senior from Fargo North. Or the senior from Fargo South, excuse me, Micaiah Owens, who finished with a time of 1:19.72.
And first place with a final time of 1:04.52 from Fargo South, Katie Iverson. Here also the results of the 50-yard breaststroke, finishing 4th from Fargo North, Grace Mansauer. In 3rd place from Fargo North, Molly Hoffman. In 2nd place from Fargo South, Leah Greenberg. And finishing 1st from Fargo North, Belle Oleg. Ladies and gentlemen, here also are your results from 100-yard breaststroke. Finishing 5th from Fargo South, Oceana Calmus. Finishing 4th from Fargo North, Tori Trenda. Finishing 3rd from Fargo North, Colette Smith. In 2nd place from Fargo South, Micaiah Owens. And in 1st place for the final time of 1:19.67 from Fargo North, Elena Vane. Ladies and gentlemen, our final event this evening is event 16 of the 400-yard freestyle relay. There will be 2 heats for this event. Heat 1.
All right, so the 400-yard freestyle relay will be our final event of the night. In lane 3, or lane 1, 2, 3, 4, lanes 3 and 4. Sophia Goen and Bella Lack swimming right now for the Spartans. Willow Shutt and Ariana Claremont will be the next swimmers here in the relay. Just over a minute in here. Willow Shutt, the 7th grader, leading the way right now for the Spartans in lane 3. And Anna French will be the 3rd swimmer in the relay here in lane 3 for Fargo North. She will take off. Ariana Claremont will come in, and that'll be Gabby Samiego, I believe is how it's said. And she'll take off. So Fargo North in the lead here in lane 3. So each swimmer goes back and forth twice. So we kind of lost track of the 4 swimmers there, but we'll figure it out and eventually get you caught up here. But Fargo North leading here in lane 3 at the moment. Fargo North swimming both lanes 3 and 4 here in heat 1 of the 400 freestyle relay. It's our final event of the evening. Certainly appreciate you tuning in today for our first ever swim broadcast. I would say it was a success. Once again, I believe it's on October 3rd. The Bruins will host the Moorhead Spuds. And we'll be here for that swim meet. It'll be our second test. About 4.5 minutes into the relay now. And the team from Fargo North in lane 3 will win the heat 1 of the 400-yard freestyle relay. Now we'll conclude heat 1. About 6:05 of unofficial time there on lane 4. 5:27.93 for the team of Goen, Shutt, French, and Fair in lane 3. Time once again at 5:27.93. And the team in lane 4 of Olette, Claremont, San Diego, and Massour with a time of 6:03.05. And now the final heat. Coming up in our post-meet show, if you want to call it that. We'll go over all the results of all the events, swimming and diving, and then we'll wrap things up here from Fargo South. Once again, no team swimming in lane 1. It's lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Fargo North in lane 2, Fargo South in lane 3, Fargo North in lane 4, Fargo South in lane 5, and Fargo North in lane 6. In lane 2, the swimmers are for Fargo North, Ella Wallen, Leah Johnson, Jessica Howell, and Addison Hames. In lane 3 for Fargo South, Darby Human, Sydney Quibbo, Sierra Martin, and Katie Iverson. In lane 4 for Fargo North, Olivia Geffro, Hadley Manier, Izzy Miller, and Tegan Nordstrom in lane 5 for Fargo South. Abby Guttormson, Nora Becker, Allison Closely, and Ashley Jean Williams. In lane 6 for Fargo North, Abby Lind, Mallory Pladson, Allie Toei, and Ellie Charlton. And it appears that Fargo North in lane 4 has the lead right now. So Fargo North in lane 4 in first. Fargo South in lane 3 in second at the moment. 29.24 seconds behind Fargo North in lane 4. So Fargo North in a commanding lead there in lane 4. And I highly doubt anyone's going to catch Fargo North in lane 4 here. On the return lap, this will end it here for the meet. Fargo North's Tegan Nordstrom coming in and winning it for the Spartans in lane 4 of the Heat 2 of the 400-yard freestyle relay. Taking a little over 4 minutes. We'll get the official times here momentarily. Four minutes, .11 for Fargo North in lane 4. 4:03.10 for Fargo South in lane 3. Fargo North in lane 2 coming in with a time of 4:26.31. And waiting on the final team here to finish up the 400-yard freestyle relay. And they will finish with a time of roughly about 5:07. And that's pretty close to what they finished there, about 5:07. We'll see what the scoreboard says here momentarily. 5:07.57. So that will conclude all the 16 events of the North versus South swim/dive meet.
In second place, Fargo South A. And in first place, for the final time of 4 minutes, .11 seconds from Fargo North. The team of Olivia Geffro, Hadley Manier, Izzy Miller.
The official times just came our way. We'll keep it right here for a few announcements from the PA announcer, and then we'll take a break and we'll get all the numbers sorted out.
Fargo South 72, Fargo North 114.
114 to 72. Fargo North will defeat the Spartans here in their home pool.
Your support for all of tonight's competitors and your support of North Dakota High School girls swimming.
right, so we'll take a break and we'll come back with your post-meet show right after this here on the ND Sports Channel.
Diamond Academy and Magnitude Sports Media Network are providing a huge opportunity for high school athletes. Player profile videos shine the spotlight on a skill set required for a position in a particular sport. Whether you play softball, track and field, or any other sport, if you're a sophomore or junior, it's time to schedule your video. Most tapings take less than an hour and can save you thousands when a recruiter puts your name in the starting lineup for a college scholarship. For more information, click on Player Profiles at msportsnet.com or call us at 701-373-1843.
Download Game Time today.
Magnitude Sports Media Network is your home for all types of sports programming in a 3-state region. Over 500 previous games are available right now on demand. Since 2017, we've brought you an average of 275 games a year, including junior varsity and varsity matchups across 8 different sports. Now we're on pace for the same amount of games this year. It's a whole lot of sports, and it's all right here, where North Dakota, Minnesota, and South Dakota teams play. This is the Magnitude Sports Media Network.
Good sportsmanship. It will carry you further in life than sports. Growing up in North Dakota, I learned to respect my opponents, the coaches, and the officials. The values of fairness and teamwork carried me to the highest level of my sport and allowed me to live my dream of playing football in the NFL. It doesn't matter if you're on the stage, the playing field, or in the stands. We are all better when we show respect for others and practice good sportsmanship. Carry yourself with dignity. Being gracious makes the losses easier and the victories that much sweeter. So when the lights on the playing field, the stage, or the gym floor dim, you'll always have pride in yourself.
North Dakota Softball All-Stars podcast with Tim Howe keeps you up to date year-round on the sport of softball in the state of North Dakota. Coach and player interviews, who's moving on to play college softball, and that, well, guess what? That simply scratches the surface of this Grand Slam softball podcast. A new episode every week during the softball season and every month during the off-season. Listen anytime on demand on the ND Sports Channel, a Magnitude Sports Media Network station.
This isn't Madison Square Garden. These drills probably won't make anyone a #1 draft pick. But these players are practicing for something important. While they work on their jump shots, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, how to deal with wins and losses. Skills that will make them winners long after they leave the court. Support high school activities in your community, because when kids take part, they get set for life. This stage is nowhere near Broadway, and none of these actors will be accepting an Oscar anytime soon. Still, they are rehearsing for something important. While they learn their lines, they're also learning teamwork, discipline, self-confidence, that everyone has a part to play. Skills that will make them stars long after the curtain falls. The National Federation of State High School Associations reminds you that when kids take part in high school activities, they get set for life. National studies show that students who participate in activities like music, sports, and drama not only have better grades and attendance, but they develop the character to handle adversity, the grace to accept defeat, and the self-confidence to start over. Take part. Get set for life. Just a reminder, kids who participate in high school activities tend to go a little farther than those who don't. Take part. get set for life.
All right, welcome back here to Fargo South High School as the Spartans come into the Bruin pool and take the meet away from them by the final of 114-72. This is your post-meet show as the swimmers are doing a cool-down session in the pool there. In our first event, it was a 200-yard medley relay. And it would be the team of Fargo North's Addison Kearney, Izzy Miller, and Ella Whalen and Tegan Nordstrom finishing with a time of 2:06.12. Fargo North's team of Leah Johnson, Elena Vane, Elena Terrell, and Katie Buckingham would come in second with a time of 2:15.48. Fargo North's relay team would come in third as well. The team of Abby Lynn, Tori Trenda, Colette Smith, and Elena Springer with a time of 2:16.14. Fargo South Bruins would come in fourth with their team of Sarah Wall, Micaiah Owens, Shelby Vines, and Jaden Nystrom with a team time of 2:18.63. Fargo North would come in fifth with their team of Allie Toye, Ariana Claremont, Taryn Winkler, and Ellie Charlton with a total time of 2:26.52. Fargo South would come in sixth in the, once again, this is the 200-yard medley relay results, with the team of Madeline Haas, Ava Owens, Haley Schmidt, and Aaliyah Greenberg with a time of 2:28.03. Fargo North's team of Maren Schneider, Grace Jean, Catherine Fair, and Willow Shutt would come in seventh with a time of 2:58.07. And Fargo North's team of Piper Gimbel, Belle Olek, Grace Monsauer, and Hannah Miller, would wrap it up in eighth at a time of 3:09.54. So once again, that's the results for the 200-yard medley, which was our first event of the evening. Our second event of the evening would be the 200-yard freestyle, and Olivia Geffro from Fargo North, the freshman, would qualify for state with 6 points and a time of 2:05.95. Sierra Martin from Fargo South would come in second with a time of 2:13.66, getting 4 points. Izzy Miller would come in with a time of 2:14.38, getting 3 points for the Spartans. Jessica Huel for Fargo North would get 2 more points for the Spartans with a time of 2:20.46. Nora Becca would get a point for Fargo South with a time of 2.24. Let's try that again, 2:24.57. And then 6, 7, and 8 would be Leah Johnson, Abby Lynn, and Willow Shoot. Excuse me, Fargo North, and Fargo North with times at 2:25.34, 2:32.71, and 3:02.97. At the end of two events, Fargo North would lead 23-7. Our third event was the 100-yard individual medley, and that would be won by Grace Zhang of Fargo North with a time of 1:23.93. Ariana Claremont from Fargo North would come in second with a time of 1:33.78. Catherine Fair of Fargo North would come in with a time of 1:38.50. Belle Olek would come in with a time of 1:40.33 for Fargo North. And then Gabby Samiego would come in with a time of 1:50.49. And the Fargo South Bruins, Allison Closey, comes in with a time of 2:04.41. That was in event 3 of the 100-yard individual medley. In event 4, it was the 200-yard individual medley. And we'd have 2 state qualifiers, one for the Bruins, one for the Spartans. Katie Iverson would qualify for state and win that race with 6 points with a time of 2:18.71. Addison Kearney, the 7th grader for Fargo North, would qualify for state for a total time of 2:24.90 and picking up 4 points for the Spartans. Ella Whalen for Fargo North, the senior, would get a time of 2:41.43 and finish with 3 points in third place, finishing in fourth place with 2 points and a time of 2:50.36 for the Spartans was the 7th grader Allie Toye. Finishing in 5th, 6th, and 7th for Fargo North, Fargo South, and Fargo North, Addison Hames, Oceana Coolmoose, if I'm saying that correctly, and if I'm not, I apologize, and then Mallory Platson, finishing 5, 6, and 7 respectively for North, South, and North with times of 2:52.29. Mallory Platson would get a time of 3 minutes. Or no, check that. I read that wrong. Oceana Coolmoose would finish with a time of 3 minutes, .75, and pick up 1 point for Fargo South. And Platson with 3:02.81. And Ellie Charleston would not finish the race, and she would fall into the ace slot. So as a result, of Event 4, Fargo North would lead Fargo South by the total of 32-14. We'd head into Event 5. It was the 50-yard freestyle, and that would be won by Hadley Minier, the senior from Fargo North, picking up 6 points and qualifying for state with a time of 26.54. She was followed closely behind by Darby Human from Fargo South, who also qualified for state with a time of 27.66, picking up 4 points for the Bruins. Tegan Nordstrom from Fargo North, the senior, would get a time of 28.35, picking up 3 points for Fargo North. And then Sarah Wall for Fargo South, 28.57, picking up 2 points for the Bruins. Michaela Owens from Fargo South picking up 1 point for the Bruins with a time of 29.30. Other finishers, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Madeline Haas from Fargo South, 33.05. Aaliyah Greenberg was finishing 7th from Fargo South, 33.16. Katie Buckingham from Fargo North finishing 8th with 33.66. Finishing 9th was Ashley Jean Williams, the junior from Fargo South, 33.83. Abby Gatorbson finishing 10th from Fargo South, 34.83. And at the end of Event 5, Fargo North would lead Fargo South by a score of 41-21. Event 6 was the diving. And let's see here. Through, I believe it was 6 rounds, if I remember correctly. Mackenzie Rohde for Fargo South would pick up 6 points for the Bruins with a total cumulative score of 217.55. Jennifer Klunt for Fargo North, the freshman, would pick up 4 points for the Spartans and a cumulative score of 196.50. Kieran Darling for Fargo South, a junior, picks up 3 points for the Bruins and a cumulative score on the diving events for 176.75. Anna Gatorsum for Fargo South, a junior, would pick up 2 points for the Bruins with a cumulative score of 156.60. And Harper Meyer would pick up a 1 point for Fargo North. She's a 7th grader and scored a cumulative score of 152.55. Finishing 6th and 7th, scoring no points, Carly Swanson for Fargo North, the sophomore, and Jacqueline Maugan, I believe is how you say it, a freshman from Fargo South. Swanson with 130.25, and the Fargo South freshman Jacqueline would score a 105.35, and I apologize if I mispronounced that last name. At the end of the diving portion of the meet, Fargo North would lead Fargo South by the score of 47-31. Then we'd head back to the swimming events, and it would be the 50-yard butterfly. Finishing first was Elena Springer, the senior for Fargo North, with 34.70, with a time of 34.70. Abigail Shabarno, an 8th grader from Fargo South, would get 36.34. Fargo North, sophomore Sophia Goen would finish 3rd with a time of 44.07. And Molly Hoffman and Piper Gimbel ended up getting DQs in that particular event. That was the 50-yard butterfly. In the 100-yard butterfly, Olivia Geffro would take first and get 6 points and qualify for state with a time of 106.02. Sydney Quibell would finish with a time of 109.89 and pick up 4 points for the Bruins. Ella Whalen would pick up 3 points for Fargo North with a time of 112.59. The 8th grader for Fargo North, Elena Terrell, would pick up 2 points for the Spartans with a time of 116.49. Jaden Nystrom for Fargo South, the junior for the Bruins, would pick up 1 point and end with a time of 122.12. And then the 8th grader, Haley Schmidt for the Fargo South Bruins, would finish with a time of 129.84. And after 8 events, Fargo North would lead Fargo South 58-36. In event number 9, it was the 100-yard freestyle. We'd have 3 state qualifiers in that, 1 for Fargo North and 2 for Fargo South. Hadley Minier would finish and win the race with a state qualifying time of 59.42, picking up 6 points for the Spartans. And then Sierra Martin with 4 points and Darby Human with 3 points would pick up 7 points total in that 100-yard freestyle for the Fargo South Bruins. Martin, a freshman, Darby Human, a sophomore for the Bruins. Squeaking out, that was basically a photo finish there. 1 minute .38 for Sierra Martin and 1 minute, .63 for Darby Human. Both those individuals qualifying for state for those two particular times, and Hadley Munier for Fargo North winning the race and qualifying for state with a time of 59.42. Other finishers include Izzy Miller with 1 minute, .85, picking up 2 points for Fargo North. And then Katie Buckingham would pick up another point for the Spartans with a time of 103.83. Other swimmers who finished in the race, let's see here. Abby Lynn for Fargo North, 105.46. Elena Vane for Fargo North, 106.22. Taryn Winkler for Fargo North at 108.07. Nora Becker, the 8th grader, for Fargo South finished at 108.25. Shelby Vines finished with a time of 1.1. Let's try this again. Shelby Vines for Fargo South finished with a time of 111.98. Ashley Jean Williams finished for Fargo South with a time of 115.99. And Sophia Goen with a time of 123.80 finishing up for Fargo North. And at the end of 9 events, Fargo North would lead Fargo South by the score of 67-43. The event number 10 was the 500-yard freestyle. And Sydney Quibell would qualify for state and pick up 6 points for Fargo South with a time of 5:58.13. Tegan Nordstrom for Fargo North would pick up 4 points for the Spartans and finish with a time of 6:01.53. Sarah Wall would pick up 3 points for the Bruins with a time of 6:15.92. Colette Smith for the Spartans would pick up 2 points with a time of 6:16.30. Jessica Huel for Fargo North would pick up 1 point for the Spartans with a time of 6:29.52. Other swimmers in the race, Tori Trenda for Fargo North, 6:32.56. Addison Hames for Fargo North, 6:37.54. And Anna French for Fargo North with a time of 6:54.15. At the end of 10 events, Fargo North would lead Fargo South by the score of 74-52. In event number 11, it was the 200-yard freestyle relay. And Fargo North would pick up 8 points with their team of Hadley Munier, Olivia Geffro, Addison Kearney, and Katie Buckingham, finishing with a time of 1:48.66. Fargo South would get 4 points for the Bruins with their team of Darby Human, Sierra Martin, Sydney Quibell, and Katie Iverson with a time of 1:49.90. Fargo North would pick up 2 points for the Spartans with their team of Elena Vane, Addison Hames, Colette Smith, and Jessica Hual with a time of 1:59.89. Fargo North would get 4th with their team of Mallory Platson, Anna French, Taryn Winkler, and Tori Trenda with a time of 2:06 even. Fargo South would finish 5th with their team of Ava Owens, Abigail Charbonneau, Nora Becker, and Shelby Vines with a time of 2:10.85. Fargo North with their team of Sophia Goen, Elena Springer, Grace Zhang, and Willow Schott with a time of 2:14.35. Fargo South would get 7th with their team of Ashley Jean Williams, Madeline Haas, Allison Closey, and Haley Schmidt with a time of 2:16.12. Fargo North would finish 8th with their team of Gabby Samiego, Grace Monsauer, Kayla Walker, and Natalie Olson with a time of 2:41.57. Fargo North would finish with a time of 2:56.76 in 9th place with their team of Molly Hoffman, Grace Bosch, Hannah Miller, and Amanda Grant. And finishing last, Fargo South with their team of Sarah Wall, Jaden Nystrom, Leah Greenberg, and Micaiah Owens would actually get DQ'd in that particular event. And after 11 events, Fargo North would lead Fargo South by the score of 84-56. In event 12, it was the 50-yard backstroke. And let's see here, Kenzie Anderson for Fargo North would finish with a time of 40.84. Abby Gatornson for Fargo South finished with a time of 42.56. Natalie Olson for Fargo North finishing with a time of 49.10. Marin Schneider for Fargo North finishing with a time of 56.08. And Amanda Grant and Hannah Miller for Fargo North were both DQ'd in the 50-yard backstroke. At event 13, it was the 100-yard backstroke. Katie Iverson would win that race with a state qualifying time of 104.52, picking up 6 points for the Bruins, while Addison Kearney for Fargo North would get 4 points for the Spartans and also qualify for state with a time of 107.26. Elena Terrell for Fargo North, picking up 2 points for the Spartans with a time of 115.98. And then Madeline Haas for Fargo South would get 1 point for the Bruins with a time of 116.05. Other swimmers in that 100-yard backstroke race included Elena Springer for Fargo North with a time of 117.95. Ali Toye for Fargo North with a time of 118.57. Ava Owens with Fargo South with a time of 119. Let's try that again. Ava Owens for Fargo South with a time of 119.88. Mallory Platson coming in 9th for Fargo North with a time of 124. Haley Schmitz coming in 10th with a time of 128.81, and Allison Closey for Fargo South with a time of 143.97. And after 13 events, Fargo North would lead Fargo South 93-63. Event 14 was the 50-yard breaststroke, and Belle Olek, the senior for Fargo North, would win that race with a time of 45.72. Aaliyah Greenberg for Fargo South would finish with a time of 47.43 in second place. Molly Hoffman for the Spartans with a time of 59.84, and Grace Monsauer for Fargo North with a time of 1 minute .99. And then the other swimmer in that race, Grace Bosch for Fargo North, would get DQ'd in the 50-yard breaststrokes. And the 100-yard breaststroke, which was event 15, Fargo North's Elena Vane would pick up 6 points for the Spartans with a time of 119.67. And then Michaela Owens for Fargo South with a time of 119.72 would pick up 4 points for the Bruins. Fargo North's Colette Smith would get 3 points for the Spartans with a time of 125.58. Fargo North's Anna French with a time of 127.08. Tori Trenda for Fargo North would get 2 points for the Spartans with a time of 127.95. Fargo South's Oceana Coolmoose, if I'm saying that correctly, with a 1 point for the Bruins with a time of 128.20. Grace Zhang for Fargo North. Other swimmers include Grace Zhang for Fargo North, 132.29. Taryn Winkler for Fargo North with a time of 132.99. And Abigail Charbonneau with the Bruins for the time of 135.2. And after 15 events, Fargo North would lead Fargo South 104-68. And then in the final event, it was the 400-yard freestyle relay. It would be Fargo North picking up 8 points with a time of 4 minutes .11 with their team of Olivia Geffroth, Hadley Manier, Izzy Miller, and Tegan Nordstrom. Fargo South would finish second, pick up 4 points for the Bruins with a time of 4:03.10 with their team of Darby Human, Sydney Kubel, Sierra Martin, and Katie Iverson. Fargo North would finish third and pick up 2 more points for the Spartans with their team of Ella Whalen, Leah Johnson, Jessica Huel, and Addison Hames. And then Fargo North would also finish fourth, picking up with a time of 4:50.26. And let's see, I think I forgot the time on the third team. It was 4:26.31. So Fargo North finishing fourth as well with a time of 4:50.26 with their team of Abby Lynn, Mallory Pladson, Ali Toye, and Ellie Charlton. Fargo South would finish fifth. Once again, this is 400-yard freestyle relay with their team of Abby Guttormson, Nora Becker, Allison Closey, and Ashley Jean Williams with a time of 5:07.57. And then Fargo North would finish sixth with their team of Sophia Goen, Willow Schutt, Anna French, and Catherine Fair with a time of 5:27.93. And the Spartans would finish seventh as well with their team of Belle Olek, Ariana Claremont, Gabby Samiego, and Grace Mansauer with the team with a time of 6:03.05. And that would bring us to our final meet score. Fargo North 114, Fargo South 72. That's going to wrap it up. That's all your stats here. Once again, this meet will be available for a 24/7 replay within about 30 to 60 minutes after the conclusion of our broadcast, which is coming up here in just a few seconds. Once again, our next swim meet will be Fargo South hosting Moorhead. I believe that's on October 3rd, if I remember correctly. And then tomorrow we'll be in Kindred for the Kindred Vikings hosting the Hazen Bison in Class AA football Friday night. Looking forward to that one. You voted for that matchup on our Twitter account, and you can follow us on Twitter at NDSportsCH1. Time of the broadcast, 2 hours, 54 minutes, 30 seconds. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you again tomorrow night, 6:30, 6:45 pregame from Kindred High School in Kindred, North Dakota. Have a good night. We'll talk to you soon.